What do the colors of altitudes mean? Why are they so colorful? What is with this rainbow thing? There's a couple of reasons for that. The top number one reason, though, is because it's damn memorable. Because when Clare Graves, one of the OG models was this Clare Graves emergent cyclical theory, and they were like simple letter combinations, kind of like Myers-Briggs, INTJ, IM, letters. But that's hard to remember. It's way easier to remember colors. So that's the only reason we're using colors here. That's the best answer. Number two, this was discovered in spiral dynamics that the colors were a lot easier to memorize. And in spiral dynamics, it was not Roy G. Biv, it was not rainbow, it was arbitrary colors based on associations, whatever, just to have all the primary colors taken up a space. And that model was so close to the rainbow that when Ken Wilber did altitudes, he was like, well, why not just tweak 3 stages and have it correspond to the rainbow? Fair enough. Why do that? Well, there's actually a great reason to do that. In Eastern thought, in Indian yoga, it is common to see the chakras, which you're probably familiar with, the 7 energy centers of the body, the centers of flow and distribution of prana, karmic energy through the body. So this is a belief system concerning the energy centers of the body, and each of them is associated with a color. The colors go up the rainbow. So you can think of the yogic chakra system of Kundalini yoga, or chakras in general. You can think of that as a developmental system to say that you are dealing with higher forms of consciousness as you go up the chakras, as you go up in color to higher wavelengths. Fine, if you're doing that, that's compatible with this model now that they are colored and correspond to those chakras. So that's just one thing. It's not meant to lock you into believing in Kundalini. It's just if you do, this model is compatible with that now. They do correspond to the rainbow, and for the most part, they do correspond to the yogic chakras. So that is why they're colored the colors of the rainbow. There is a little bit of a hit and miss with that strategy compared to spiral dynamics, because these names are slightly harder to remember. A color such as turquoise or teal is sort of hard to differentiate. If you're colorblind, perhaps. The color amber is not well known. What is infrared as a color? It's not a visible color, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's sort of a give and take to using this model versus spiral dynamics. I have chosen to use this model and not spiral dynamics. That's quite a sure thing. I definitely have chosen this model and prefer it, and will not be using spiral dynamics at any point. I consider this to be the point from which I'm starting. At the same time, you will catch me getting some of these names wrong, because I am so familiar with spiral dynamics that I will very often call magenta purple, infrared beige, amber blue. I will call teal yellow, and etc. That gets baked into your mind. It was a very effective mnemonic. But I do slightly prefer this model, even though it's a little harder to stick in your mind. It is probably slightly more true, if that means anything. Compatible with truth.